I do not think sometimes I'd be like, I don't know if I could do it. What's up, Flourishing fam? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Flourish with Delores, where flourishing is about progress and not perfection, honey. In today's video, we are talking the pros and cons of dating or being married to an entrepreneur slash, I also do work in higher ed, but I have a lot of ventures. I have a lot of ventures, so we're going to talk about the pros and cons that my husband faces with being with me. If you haven't seen the pros and cons of dating him, a physician, then go back and you can check out that video as well. So let's get started, babe. It's all you.
Oh boy, I've been waiting for this.
Oh God.
So let's talk about the cons first, since you did that with me. So we're gonna start with the cons. Well, I think one of the tough things or the cons is that people that are in a business that's their own or that are entrepreneurs, they're always basically trying to work, because I mean that's how they start to generate income or successful, is that they constantly have to be working. And I think with that, almost kind of like similar with mine, is that can lead to a lot of schedules that are very unpredictable, can lead to less free time, which I think in some cases, if it's not something that's talked about or there's some type of balance, it can lead to a lot of stress in terms of relationships. So I think that it's important that if you are dating someone that is, you know, an entrepreneur, like in some type of business that requires them to put, you know, long hours, I think you have to have a conversation about some balance and, you know, kind of some set standards of like, okay, this particular day, you know, is gonna be like our time just for us. I'm not gonna be checking emails or worrying about our business or anything like that. It's just, you know, time that we're just gonna be spent together. Because so if you don't have, because for entrepreneurs, they're out of the confines of an office. It's like a 9-to-5 deal. They're not checking in and checking out. They really kind of set their own hours. And if you don't have certain boundaries about when I'm gonna stop working, then I think that's add a lot of stress to relationships. Right.
Yeah, I've definitely had to learn that. And when we first got married and started living together, because when we weren't living together, it was easy for me to work all day. I'd work my 9-to-5, I work in higher ed, and then at night I was editing my YouTube videos, growing my community on Instagram, coming up with other business ideas that I may want to have down the line. And it was easy for me to do that because I lived alone. But when we started being married, he would see me do my 9-to-5, and at the time I was working from home. I would close my work computer and he'd be like, oh great, us time. And I'm like, no, I'm opening up my personal computer. Now I have to edit this YouTube video, do this, do that, do this. And so we really did have to create boundaries of, okay, the businesses that I'm creating is important, but so is our relationship. And for me, I feel like our relationship is number one.
And I guess the other con would be is that entrepreneurs, they love to take risks. Now some it depends on your level of risk. Now some people are they take they take a lot of risks. Other people take a little more calculated risks. Some people are in the middle. But you know, in order for them to be successful, they have to be some level of risk or some level of investment.
Because you're literally betting on yourself, and for the most part, depending on your business, you're creating something that doesn't exist. And so that is a risk in itself. Even if you're not quitting your job and starting your business, you may be risking in the sense of your time, the time that now you have with your partner, financial risk, because it takes money to make money, honey. Trust me, I know.
So
expensive money.
And I actually learned that from our financial advisor, kind of talking about how
risk tolerance.
Yes, how tough it can be if your partner's risk tolerance is different than your own. Because ultimately, I think when it is, you know, there's the chance that you guys are going to clash with a lot of different decisions, especially financially, if you guys have certain risk tolerances. But again, that's why I think the communication aspect of it fits in, that you do have to kind of find some type of middle ground about what's going to still allow the person to be successful, but also that your partner is also the decisions that you guys make, that your partner's also comfortable with it as well.
Right.
I guess the third one is that starting out, your partner may be your source of help for kind of getting your business started.
Unpaid employee.
Right, just because you know, unless you were blessed with a substantial amount of money from somewhere, you know, your partner or, you know, your friends or anything like that are probably going to be some of the first people that, you know, help you out in terms of getting your business, you know, off the ground. And if it's something that, you know, let's say your partner is not terribly interested in, or something that they're not passionate about either, there can also be, you know, opportunities for clashing in that. But again, I think it's very much, you know, a balance, and, you know, remembering that, you know, when you take your, especially for a married couple, when you take your vows, like sickness and health and richer or poorer, and that also means like supporting your partner, you know, through their endeavors and being like their #1 cheerleader as well. So I think, you know, all those things are important to, you know, keep in mind for dating someone that is, you know, an entrepreneur and trying to go outside the box and make their, you know, their own business. So
yeah, and I think on the other hand, as entrepreneurs, kind of going back to the boundaries, I have to always remind myself this isn't something Charles wants to necessarily do. So I have to like try lightly or pick and choose when I'm gonna bring him in. So even with our YouTube videos, like he didn't just one day go out and be like, I want to be a YouTuber. That's something that I wanted to do. And even when I'm doing brand deals and negotiating now, like now I've turned down a lot of brand deals that are just gifting, because I'm like, if you're not gonna be able to pay me and my husband, then, because he's also the talent in it, then it's not gonna work. So it's just kind of negotiating and then just picking and choosing what I involve him in, and then just being mindful that this isn't necessarily his dream. He's supporting me, but I can't take advantage of his time either. So that's something I had to learn.
Pros. Let's talk about the pros. So I think one of the pros is that I do like being around entrepreneurs because they, it almost kind of fits a little bit back to the con too, but I like someone that's like never satisfied and that is always like trying to strive to be better, because I think that that mindset sort of leaps into other aspects of their lives too. I think definitely specifically with like our home, like I like that Delores is like always trying to find different ways to like make our home shine, make our home better, and then even in terms of like, you know, our finances, like, you know, even I guess it's even going back into, you know, the home aspect. Like for me, I wasn't really that excited about going to search and find a home because I didn't think I was even anywhere close to being ready for that. But I think with her entrepreneurial spirit and her desire to always try to figure out what the next step is and how to get there, you know, she was kind of the one that, you know, helped kind of open my eyes about the possibilities of like home ownership. So I will say that's one thing that I do like about being with someone who's an entrepreneur.
Thank you, babe. Yeah, the never being satisfied part, it's definitely a blessing and a curse. I think it's a curse because sometimes I can't sleep because my mind is always, like Charles will be knocked out having peaceful and I'll be up at 4 in the morning just thinking of like different possibilities. And sometimes when you're not always satisfied, it's challenging because then you're not really living in the moment and appreciating what you do have. You're already on to the next. So I've been trying to balance that out more. I think the beauty of me not always being satisfied is that I have like a great imagination of what can be. So for me, working in higher ed full time, I'm assistant director for student engagement. I do pretty well. Charles does pretty well as a physician. We could just call it a day and live our best lives. But for me, I'm just like, I know we can be millionaires like before 35. Like we just gotta do this, put in this work, maybe like buy this house and start doing, you know, real estate. Like I'm always thinking about different ideas. You know, I think it's just gonna make our lives even more beautiful than we imagined. So I appreciate that.
So, you know, another thing that, you know, I like, you know, about being married, I shouldn't say dating, did I say dating? I don't know. But being married to,
I mean, we were dating.
Yeah, that's true. Someone as an entrepreneur is that I like that they're very confident. You know, people that, you know, they are confident in their abilities, like they know their worth, and that is, you know, someone, you know, I guess a quality that I definitely was looking for in a partner anyways, as someone that was, you know, very confident in their ability to succeed. So I think that's always nice to be able to build your life with someone that, you know, has a very like strong-willed personality and knows that knows what their worth is.
Thank you. I did not think sometimes I'd be like, I don't know if I could do it.
Right, but the thing is you take the experiences you have and you learn from them and you build yourself back up. Like that's an important quality because not everyone does that.
Thank you, babe. Wow, we should do this more often. And then what's your third one?
The third one is that I like with your business endeavors and you building a network, I like the opportunity to be able to talk with people of like different networks that I may not have had the opportunity to, you know, learn from, because I like talking to people of like different backgrounds and jobs. Like, you know, I love watching like court cases. I love if we have a friend that's like a lawyer, like I'll talk court cases like all day long. You know, people that are into like real estate, people like in sports and stuff. Like I love people that work in totally different industries than, you know, I work in. I feel like with your different business ventures and such is that, you know, I've had the opportunity to kind of meet and learn from people from all different walks of life, and I feel like that can only kind of help you grow as a person, is being able to talk to different people. So I like that.
Thank you. And I want to throw in an extra bonus. You get tax benefits, especially if you are official registered business, like mine, Flourish with Delores. You get tax benefits, and so for me, last year was a year of losses in terms of the money that I put in my business, but then we were able to claim those losses in our taxes, which really helped as people who make pretty good money in our personal careers, I guess if you call it. So the losses in the businesses were able to be great tax benefits for us.
Thank you, Uncle Sam.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. But yeah, that's it. And you know, my latest adventure, endeavor, because you know, as an entrepreneur, I'm always thinking about different ways to make money, but then also just grow my brand, is I'm going into real estate. I feel like I should have did drum roll, real estate. So currently, as we're filming this video, I'm in real estate school, and I'm really excited about it. Definitely tune into our future videos to hear more about my journey. Let me know, because our video where we talked about our experience with closing our home, or what happens after your offer is accepted, that currently has like 6,000 views. So let me know, as I'm embarking on my real estate journey, do you want to know more of what it's like a day in the life of a real estate agent, or do you want more home ownership tips? Definitely happy to do both as my channel grows. I've never been one to really just want to keep my channel to one thing. So let me know if you're interested in getting more of those videos, and I'd be so happy to do it. So if you're new here and you enjoy videos about home, marriage, lifestyle, definitely join the family and subscribe. And we'd really appreciate that. If you love this video, hit the thumbs up button, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.
See ya.